Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Homebrew Wednesday. And I'm sad to say that this episode is being filmed after actually missing an entire week of Homebrew Wednesday. Yes, I missed a week, so my streak for the year has already come to a halt. It only did so in April. Kind of unfortunate, but you know what? It was tax season for me, so pretty busy time. It was actually a Wednesday that it ended, whatever. Anyway, we're not going to get into details, but I was working really hard. Didn't have much time to, for pretty much all of April to stick to my hobby. I was making the videos, but the topics were very flimsy and whatnot. I mean, even today, given that it's just the beginning of May, there's not too much to talk about. I took a picture yesterday and posted on my Facebook page of my grape cider. Kind of a cool subject because I realized after doing a lot of different fruit wines and ciders, using a bunch of different store-bought juices to make my stuff, that when you buy something that's bought in the store, a juice let's say, and this juice has a very specific color to it, whether it's artificial or not, that specific color really transcends when you ferment it. By that I mean that I find that whatever color the original liquid is, it's in its dark, like opaque, almost matte form. And then when you ferment it, any agents, any thick particles, anything that might make the juice a little bit hazy, might make it, again, like I said, more matte than anything, fades away. It separates from the liquid, and you're left with like almost a neon-like color, and it's quite insane. It happened to me every time that I went with an extreme color like pink, orange, red. You're left with this bright, vibrant, almost fluorescent color. And I think to date, the one that has the most about this is actually my grape cider. This purple is just unbelievable. And the most fun part about it is that I wanted to make my first, I call this grape drank, figure that's appropriate. I wanted to make my first, it's actually my second, but my first real grape. My first real grape cider as grape and as purple as possible. And I actually went with just not only store-bought juice, but a no-name brand. I went to IGA in Montreal. Not IGA. It was IGA, the no-name brand at IGA. And I bought their grape juice, some apple juice, spliced them, added pure, this one was champagne yeast, and let it sit for 5 weeks. I added 2 kilograms of sugar as well. And this color, it's unlike anything. It's unlike anything that I've seen. Like you don't see something like this on the market. It makes me think, makes me wonder. It's like, why? Yeah, sure. This is again like a store-bought juice, which you're not going to make to sell on the market. However, it's the idea of it. The appearance of alcohol matters so much that why can't something like this be on the market? Imagine you had an alcohol, like a series of alcohols that were fluorescent. It's spectacular, and it's just appealing, and you can range it. This is particularly a sweeter alcohol. However, its ABV is very high. All the ciders that I've made for one of my next, we'll call it Cider Fest, brew bashes, are averaging at around 8 to 9%, probably peaking at 10 and lowest around 7. You can smell the alcohol, but the taste is like a nice, like a little bit of a zingy sour grape. And it's unbelievable. It's nothing that, first of all, let me clarify, make explicitly clear that when dealing with these juices and when fermenting them, again, I don't know the science behind it, and maybe I'm just rambling. It's random as hell. But I find that the pigment, the depth of the color, and the actual liquid itself becomes extremely potent to fabric and to surfaces. Basically, it gets absorbed and the color is extremely hard to get out. I don't know if the actual like science of the color changes at all. I don't know if something comes out that might make it more washable. I don't know if there's a chemical that's put in to begin with, but this especially this grape, I got it on my white surface top. Just 2 drops. And I had to use like really powerful stain remover to get it out. I mean, this is no joke. It was there for maybe 3 seconds, and it's crazy. Like I don't know. It's hard to comprehend. But I mean, it's grape juice in the end, so how hard is it really to comprehend? You spill grape juice, you're gonna get a stain. But I didn't think it would do it to a countertop. I mean, especially after 1 second, literally, I couldn't get it out. It didn't absorb, like nothing. It's crazy. Some of the other flavors that I've been experimenting with are tropical, kind of passion-like fruit flavors. I did another apple pear cider where I actually spliced cider yeast and champagne yeast together. I used pears from a can, 3 cans worth. I think each can is about 800 milliliters of pear halves and liquid. And I added all that together in the fermenter and let it ferment for 2 weeks. And I just kegged it last night. Very opaque, but time is of the essence for this particular drink, so I decided to get it out there. And right at kegging, I actually added a David's Tea cranberry pear tea, which I thought would add a very nice aroma to it, and maybe like balance, like give a nose sweetness to balance like the more tangy, dry flavor finish that it has. We're gonna see how that turns out. I'm gonna get a review. I'm gonna do a lineup of all my ciders. Gonna get it on camera for my video. Definitely before that party. I want to let everyone see what else I have. And what was the last one that I made? I made I think it was just a strawberry kiwi one. And honestly, the grape and the passion fruit are by far the craziest. I mean, I love getting my picture of my color spectrum of ciders. I love having a dramatic, vast array of colors. For my next party, for my next big bash of ciders, I'm going to be working on some more extreme combinations. Definitely a lot more creativity, a lot more. I want to add so we got a cat meowing over there. Just everything seems okay. I want to add a lot more of myself to these ciders. And how am I going to do that? It's actually going to be by adding more fruit and allowing myself to do more work into the cider. So, giving you a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about here. One extreme example, and I don't want to talk too much about how I'm going to do it because I'm going to play around with it, and I think it's quite key. Is I'm actually going to make a mojito cider, and it sounds kind of far out to begin with, but I definitely think that it's going to be possible to do. And yes, you heard me, mojito cider, not a mojito fruit wine or whatever. I'm going to make apple mojito cider. I really want to go with, try to get into the fact that when I say cider, I mean cider. There's a lot of times where I'm going to correct myself and say fruit wine because there are no apples, no apple juice. There's nothing like actually making it define as cider according to, the standards. But anyways, we have all sorts of things. I'm going to do something with sour cherries. I want to try to get the most deep red color possible without using beets. I refuse. I'm not going to enjoy making a beet cider. I don't think it'll be good. Haven't had a beet in a long time. Can't really remember what it tastes like. Oh well. Pretty sure that's going to stain my teeth. Definitely is going to make my tongue purple. It's nuts. I can't wait to see a global reaction, but it's strong. It's very strong. I don't know if I want to make my ciders this strong. I mean, we're talking strong enough so that after 2 pints, you're going to want to slow it down. You're going to want to stop. Which, no one actually wants to do. Well, when I say stop, I mean if you have actual productive things to do during the rest of the day, you're going to want to just cut it there. But if you're just down to have a good time, to let loose, to be an idiot, some might say, then you can have 3, 4, 5 sleep on my couch if you're gonna have 6 because you ain't going anywhere. It's that strong. It's so fun. It's so fun just, you know, mixing beer and ciders and my fruit wines. I mean, it just allows me to come home in the middle of the week on a night where I clearly do not have time to do an all grain brew day, and just be like, you know what, I want to whip something together. I want to mix a bunch of ingredients. Like I want to take some flavors that I love, alkalize them. That was a horrible word. Delete. Turn them into an alcoholic beverage, and then serve it to my friends. Have them appreciate it. Have them realize the potentials of home brewing, home winemaking, and really just get the concept out there that it is not as difficult as it seems. You don't need to go to the extreme like I do and devote whole rooms to the subject. It definitely doesn't make your apartment, your house smell bad. That's false. If your apartment smells like shit because of what you're brewing, chances are your brewing technique's a little hazy. I mean, unless of course you're just doing pure lagering and you've got 30 fermenters, you're gonna get some sulfur in the air. That's only normal. Next week, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the different ciders that I have lined up, what's on tap right now. We'll discuss those a little bit. And then I'll talk about the different techniques that I used, what juices I chose, what yeasts I chose, how much sugar I added, what my extra little ingredients, how did I get them in there, did I taste off flavors, why did I taste off flavors, why are some clear, why are others not clear, what temperatures did they ferment at, did it vary? I mean, I started fermenting these in about, you know, mid-March, and it went till the end of April. So like in Montreal, there's a big temperature variance, especially this year where we had crazy ass weather in March. So anyways, that's my talk of the day. Hope you enjoy that. It's good to be back. Sorry for missing a week again. I'm going to keep you guys posted with every step of the way, all my progress for everything. You know, my perfected brews are coming along slowly but surely. I will be taking a small break though because my creativity meter is off the chains right now and I need to just brew like so much beer right now. Like I feel it in my loins. So I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. This is Mike. This is Beer Addict Education, and I'm here to talk, to educate, and to just share the hobby. I hope, and hopefully make it grow. Love you guys. Subscribe, tell your friends, share the video, and I'll see you next week with news on the ciders.